It's your friendly neighborhood disorganized painter talking to you again. There's something I wanted to just talk about briefly. I know that I'd said I might not do another video until the painting's finished, but something else occurred to me that I thought, well, it might be beneficial if I just chat about it briefly, so I'm going to do that. I've mentioned in the past that a little trick that can be used is to pick your horizon. It doesn't have to be your horizon. It needs to be a point of reference. This is in the aid of perspective. In this case, let's pick this as our line. I know it's glaringly obvious that right now we have a very bright line against some dark shadows. Don't worry about that. We're not going to talk about that. I'll fix that. But making this a plane, the reason I put in the indexing lines a few videos back was to give me an aid, to give me an idea of how I would go about creating lines of waves, or fetch, as it were, to give the feeling of a flat plane that comes towards us. And I know that if I didn't curve these waves, I've said before, you can pick a line, measure 1 inch down from that line, and then your next line should be 2 inches from that line, and then it can be 4 inches from that line if all your lines are completely horizontal. Again, those are just guides. You can pick do any math equation you want, but you do need to exponentially make the distance between your top line, your next line, and your next line larger each time. Between those lines and the lines, the indexing lines that I put in here earlier, you can see I've violated them thoroughly, which is just fine, because I, as I said, only use them as a reference, and I feel my way through it as I move on. But between these lines, there's another thing that's quite important. I've taken my knife, and most of these strokes, like certainly off in the distance, I've made them small and vertical, but that's because each stroke does not contain a vast array of value differences or hue differences, so they don't have a lot of different colors within each stroke. These are fairly unimportant. I've kept them subdued, and I've also, as you can see, these are very narrow bands. As you come closer, or as I've come closer, and I need to suggest some wave pattern, I've begun to move my knife like this. My strokes have become a little bit broader than a wave crest that catches the light. I've gone quite horizontal, trying to just be sort of conscious of the fact that it is a horizontal line, horizontal-ish, and then we come to this next area, and I've become a little bit more vertical with my strokes. Then we come here, and I've become much more vertical, and then we come into this area, and I'm not just, because I'm looking to the left, I'm only seeing the backs of the waves now, so I'm only seeing the wave go up, so to speak. But now I'm standing here, this is my vantage point for the painting, and I'm looking directly down into the trough between the wave crests. So now we have to not only go up on this side, but we have to dip down and then go up again. But all of my strokes here are much broader. They're containing more paint. They're less finicky, they're less fussy. Even if you're not using a knife, even if you're not drawing wave crests, even if all of your lines are perfectly horizontal, again, using the 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, that sort of formula, it's really worth your while to use smaller, narrower strokes across the top. You come down lower, use broader, heavier strokes. If need be, get a bigger brush. And just keep broadening your strokes, make them more powerful. Not color-wise, because you don't want to detract from your focal area, but width-wise, you know, when you stand somewhere and you look off into the distance, everything is foreshortened. So you see these thin, narrow lines. As you come closer, you're looking down, eventually, you're looking right at your feet. So you're seeing the true shape. It's like you're looking down from a drone. But as soon as you look off into the distance, everything is flatter. So it's just about making bolder, stronger strokes as you get as you get closer to yourself. Blither, blither, blither. Anyway, I hope that helps. I know it's kind of simple, but I think some of these things, it's important to talk about them and just bring them up, point them out. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it does help. Talk to you later. Have a good night, guys. Bye.